and welcome everyone. Welcome back to Digit. And today we have with us Mr. Shivam Ranjan, who heads marketing at Motorola Asia Pacific. So Motorola has had a lot of interesting launches this year, including the Moto Edge 50 Pro, which is one of my favorite devices, and it incorporates AI in many interesting ways. We've also got the budget Moto G64 and obviously the latest, which is the Moto Edge 50 Fusion. Motorola has also delved into the TWS space with the Moto Buds Plus and the Moto Buds. So lots of interesting things to talk about, and we're going to be getting into all of that. So let's get started.
Absolutely, Indradi.
Awesome.
Let's get started.
Yes. All right. So my first question is, so as I said earlier, Motorola has actually entered the TWS space in India with the Buds and the Buds Plus. So how does Motorola plan on getting a competitive edge in this segment, which is highly competitive in India?
Right. No, I think it's a great question, and I think let me take a step back before I answer your question to really talk about the vision and the strategy behind doing this. So as you know, Motorola has been growing really fast globally as well as in India, and we've seen tremendous amount of growth in our smartphone portfolio, and we are operating across all segments. So if you look at our smartphone portfolio, we're there in premium, we're there in flagship, premium with our Edge series, flagship with our Razr series, then mid segment with our G series. So we're playing across, catering to different product segments and giving them a very, very comprehensive and an innovative smartphone experience. But I think it is also important, along with the smartphones, to have an ecosystem of products. And specifically, when you talk about audio, I think that's become really something that's become really synonymous. Along with the phone, you definitely need your TWS today to be able to have the complete experience, because people are consuming content on the smartphone all the time, and not every situation is conducive to have speakers on, etc., etc. So you definitely need the TWS audio along with you, and hence we wanted to enter this category because I think it made sense from a lot of perspectives to give our consumers the choice of their loved brand, to give them a choice from their loved brand, from their very own brand, to have the opportunity to pair their Motorola smartphones with the Motorola TWS products, right? So that's the broad background about why we entered the category, and of course how we entered it. But I think it's also important to talk about your question, right? Which is it is an industry which is already cluttered. You've got two kinds of players in the industry. One who are smartphone OEMs who are coming out with their TWS products. The other is also a set of set of brands who operate only in TWS or who operate only in audio products. So there are both kinds of products, and of course we are sort of entering this category. Specifically after a while. I mean, it's important for us to also have the learnings of the industry in terms of what makes for good sound, what are the certifications, etc. So I think our approach has always been, and as Motorola, you would have seen across different aspects. I mean, our approach has always been to believe in partnerships, to leverage partnerships, and to collaborate with partners who are experts in their respective fields. So if you look at our smartphone portfolio today, it's known for designs, it's known for brilliant colors, and that comes from our partnership with Pantone, which is a global partnership which allows, and Pantone is a global leader in color science. Now here, the biggest thing is we partnered with Bose. And our collaboration with Bose started last year. So it began with the fact that with our Razr products in some markets last year, we started bundling Bose headsets along with our products. That was, of course, not something that we did in India. But we leveraged that partnership and took it to the next level, where we worked with them to design the Moto Buds Plus end to end. So Bose has partnered with us to give their inputs in terms of design, in terms of sound quality, in terms of tuning, in terms of equalization, in terms of all the learnings that they have on consumers and the expertise on sound quality.
Right.
So that is, something that has given us a massive edge. And if you know, Moto Buds Plus actually comes with a certification which says sound by Bose. And Bose only gives that if it believes that the sound is equivalent to, say, a Bose headset, right? So that is what Bose has extended to Motorola. It comes with that certification. Of course, it comes with a lot of other features which are top-notch, right? In the segment, it is absolutely top-notch. But I think this one reason, I would say, is what makes us really competitive. And the same learnings that we've had in terms of the insights, in terms of the co-development that we did for the Buds Plus, has helped us design Moto Buds, which comes at a far more accessible price point. And it was important for us to give two options to our consumers because our smartphone portfolio is also so broad. So we've got premium, we've got flagship consumers who might go for the Buds Plus for the ultimate sound experience, but we've also got the Moto G users who are in the mid segment who are looking for a great sound experience, but at a more accessible price point. So that's how we've gone with the strategy on the Buds.
All right, awesome. So speaking more about the collaboration with Bose for for the Buds Plus, can you outline specifically what Bose's contribution was to the earbuds and how they gave their insight into manufacturing these earbuds? Also, is there any profit sharing that will happen? Can you let us know a bit about that?
So I think absolutely good question. See, I think our partnership with Bose is at multiple levels, right? So one is in terms of co-creating the product. So it's not that Bose is creating the product, but Bose is helping us with their consumer insights, their expertise, their knowledge. So it's basically that they are advising us on what should be the drivers to use. So right from the fact that what should be the drivers to use, what should be the equalization to use, what should be the sound wave that you should use. I mean, every sound signature is very, very important. And how do you balance the EQ to ensure that you have the optimal amounts of bass, optimal amount of treble, etc. Every input has come from Bose, where they've helped us create our own, that audio signature, the tuning for that, the equalization, and also even for active noise cancellation, we've leveraged their insights on how. In fact, if you see, our Buds Plus actually has 4 levels of active noise cancellation, where one is a transparency mode, one is an adaptive mode, which automatically adapts to the noise around you. So we've taken deep insights from them. Secondly, I think we've also got the advantage of getting our buds tested within Bose labs to get the certification, right? So Bose definitely wanted to do the testing in their own labs, etc., to be able to give us that certification. So that's something that we've done. Also, Bose has, like we do with our other partners, we try to collaborate end to end. So even when it comes to the design, the ergonomics, we've tried to leverage the learnings which Bose had in terms of what is the because typically TWS products you wear for a very long time, right? You plug it in and then you forget about it. So we've tried to even get insights from Bose in terms of what is the design that works best in terms of fitment, in terms of comfort, doesn't fall, etc. So we've worked on all aspects together with Bose. And of course, there is co-branding, right? So there is co-branding of the product of Bose on our products, which means that definitely there is a co-branding agreement that we have, where both the brands will talk about each other and communicate about each other.
No, that's fantastic. I really love the ear tips on the Buds Plus. I think the material is solid. So if they've had some input on that end, it's fantastic as
Absolutely.
well. Let me talk more about the sound signature now, what you mentioned, the sound wave. So we do tests on our end as well, and we found that it's got this V-shaped sound signature, which also has a few, nuances. It's tried to highlight the mids. It's also tried to bring that bass forward nature for the Indian masses. So was this intentional to cater to the Indian masses? Because it's not typical Bose sound, but it has some of those nuances in it.
Yes. No, it's a very good point, because what we saw was, I mean, there is of course that global tuning, which is that standard V shape where you have which is typical completely to Bose. But we definitely had a lot of insights from Indian consumers that Indian consumers love bass, right? So that was a very strong insights, and hence we wanted to be a little careful in terms of, while we definitely stick to the guidelines and the in terms of the waveforms and the equalization metrics that Bose had given us. I think we definitely gave inputs that, in India being India, we wanted to tweak it slightly for the Indian market to be able to ensure that we address those needs. But we've not, I mean, if you hear the sound from the Buds Plus and the Buds, you'll see a difference. The Buds actually has more bass because that's something that we've optimized further. But because this one is with Bose, so we've tried to stay within the guidelines and see what best we can optimize to ensure that while we address that the base requirement of the Indian consumers, we continue to have the sound signature that Bose is known for.
Awesome. And we've also got a fantastic app, which is the Moto Buds app, which actually allows you to customize the sound quite a bit. So even if we're an audiophile, you can definitely tweak it. I've done a lot of that and it works really, really well. Next question. So I wanted to know if Moto is deciding to diversify its audio portfolio in the future. Will it be launching neckband earphones, maybe wired headphones or wired earphones? Do you want to get into this, or is TWS the space you're looking at right now?
Also, it's difficult for us to comment on our future portfolio, but I think, like I said, it's important for us to have you have products that complement our smartphone portfolio, and specifically things that are required. As of now, we believe the industry is moving towards wireless.
Right.
TWS is the thing, and wired is slowly fading away. However, depending on the requirements, depending on the needs of our consumers, we are absolutely open to provide them anything and everything that we feel becomes important from an ecosystem perspective, and from the fact that if our consumers want another Moto complementary product for satisfying those needs, we are absolutely happy to share that with them.
Perfect. All right. So Moto phones have actually been really well received over the past couple of years because of Motorola's commitment to offer clean software, really nice and lightweight designs, and also sustainable packaging. So what are the next steps for Moto to capture more of the market, particularly offline? Like, I think there is a huge gap to be filled here, and offline is something that is very lucrative in India. So what are the next steps here?
Right. So I think interesting question. See, if you were to have looked at the IDC report, which is launched for the quarter 4, in fact, quarter 1 for IDC. Actually, we operate at the financial year, so that's quarter 4 for us. But basically, Jan, Feb, March, you would see that Motorola has doubled its market share in India, literally, and is growing at 110%. So the fastest growing smartphone brand in India, and is of course moving towards the ambition that we have of becoming the number 3 player over the next couple of years. So I think we are well and truly on track to achieve those numbers. And I think, like you said, I mean, we have done a lot of things in our products to differentiate ourselves and to capture the market share. The key pointers are definitely our design and colors and material differentiation, which has led to consumers see Motorola phones as really premium, aspirational, and something that they love to hold and use and even flaunt. And then we've also differentiated ourselves with our software experiences, which is basically not just the Hello UI that you see now on our Edge products, but also the Moto gestures, whether it is Moto Secure, which takes care of privacy and security, family spaces, which takes care of family experiences, or Ready For or Moto Connect, which allows you to have interconnected device experiences with your laptops, with your television screen seamlessly, right? So we've tried to create that convenience, that ease for our consumers to be able to interact and operate with multiple devices all around them, and also get a fabulous software experience on the devices. So 1 being design, 2 being software, and 3, I think it's also very important for us to have to provide our consumers, with great features at a great time to market, in the sense that be the first to give those features to consumers, and also bring a perfect combination of premium features to consumers at a particular price point. So if you see, we've been doing that consistently with our phones and with our H series, where you see our products providing consumers with differentiated experience, something that is not available at that price point or that segment or at that time is being made available to them time and time again through the Motorola smartphones. So all these things is what we focused on. And of course, we also focused on our 5G capability. That has been a hallmark of our success. We've been known as India's best 5G smartphone brand for quite a few years. And the reason is we've never compromised on that. And our audio quality is something that has been truly differentiated, with maximum number of 5G bands, more than 14, 15 bands you see on our devices across the board. So 5G wireless experiences is another focus area, in which appeals to a plethora of consumers as we see consumers move towards 5G. But these are all things that we've done in the past, right? Like you said, what is it now that Motorola is going to be focusing on that is able to get further share for us? I think one of the biggest pillars that I would like to highlight there is AI. We are moving towards AI in a big way. And the reason for that is because we truly believe that while AI will play a crucial role in every aspect and every sphere of a consumer's life, actually the smartphone is the closest and the closest device to the consumer, right? At the end of the day, you use your smartphone for at least 7 to 10 hours a day. So if AI there will actually be the most important, the most use case that you'll have for AI is on the smartphone. And hence it is extremely important for us to ensure that the future of smartphone, which is going to be AI, we are prominently present there, and we are featuring that prominently. And like you mentioned, Edge 50 Pro, which we launched recently, was our effort to get AI not just at flagship price points like some of the brands are providing currently, but also at accessible price points. That AI is not something that is only meant to be used by people at or above a certain price point. It's meant to be used by people across price points. And hence we brought it down at a 30,000, 35,000 rupee price point with the Edge 50 Pro, where consumers could use it in the cameras, in the as well as generative AI features like style sync, etc. And the second big thing that we are focusing on in a big way is to give consumers an extraordinary camera experience. And again, Edge 50 Pro is another example for that. We've seen real proof of the pudding in the fact that our Flipkart ratings, and the Flipkart ratings are some things which you can't deny, which you can't manipulate, because there are thousands of consumers who have bought the phone and who are rating your products. We've seen our ratings grow from the Edge 40 series to the Edge 50 series consistently. So the Edge 50 Pro today has one of the highest ratings on a camera smartphone, on a smartphone camera, which is something that we are very proud of. And it shows our commitment to the Indian market. It shows how we are focusing here. So I think AI and camera are going to be the two big things that will help us further amplify our stronghold in the Indian market. And last but not the least, to answer your question with respect to the channel strategy, right? So I think when you look at the channel strategy, India is a market which is almost evenly split between online and offline today. It's roughly it's about 55% online, 45% retail offline, or it keeps changing also, right? So I would say roughly 50% each is how it is, and it keeps fluctuating between the two. And which means that if a brand has to become a number three brand, which is what our ambition is and our motivation is, it is also important to have presence in both the channels, right?
Right.
Because with just 50% of the market, you will not be able to become the number three brand. So yes, I think the point is absolutely valid, which you mentioned. Offline is also important, and definitely we recognize that, and which is why we are taking efforts and making initiatives in that direction. Where today, if you see, we have presence across all Reliance digital stores. So around 600 stores across India where we are present, we are featured. We've got fixtures, we've got visibility, we've got promoters. Not just that, we have close to about 5,000 general trade stores, which are premium general trade stores, where we've got our own promoters, our own fixtures, our demo products, and our product availability. So another set of 5,000 premium stores across the country where we have availability. And then the third is, we are also leveraging our partnership with Reliance, where we are leveraging the JioMart ecosystem, which is basically the online to offline ecosystem. So there, if you see, JioMart today has access to anywhere between 60,000 to 100,000 retail stores across India. And this includes even the smaller stores, right across the board, right? So the bottom of the pyramid stores are also with JioMart. And the way it works is that the retailer doesn't have to take the load of inventory because it is maintained by Jio. And then once the purchase happens, they deliver it to the retailer or the customer. So we are leveraging that ecosystem to also reach out to ensure that our presence is across a width of distribution of approximately 25 to 30,000 stores. So today, if you see, this year we will very easily have our presence anywhere between 25 to 35,000 stores across India through JioMart. In addition to that, we have access in 5,000 additional premium stores, like I told you about, with our own promoters, mom bodies, demos, and everything. And we are there in the super premium multi-brand large retail format with Reliance Digital 600 outlets. So you can say we will have at least a reach of close to 40,000 retail stores across India, which will make sure that the consumers have the option to have a retail experience, etc., and get their hands on the product and also purchase at retail.
Amazing. Okay, I think you did speak a little bit about AI, but it is a buzzword that every smartphone OEM is actually gunning for right now. So when you're talking about incorporating AI in your phone, obviously we've seen some great examples in the Edge 50 Pro with the wallpaper and the camera additions. But are we going to see something else also that impacts users in a more meaningful manner? Maybe can we expect a ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini integration in the future in upcoming phones? Something to that end as well.
No, absolutely. See, while I can't give you the specifics, Dhriti, I mean, of course, I won't be able to give you the exact names or things that we are bringing in our upcoming products. But
Sure.
to don't worry. First of all, I think the pace at which we are launching products, you will see a lot of things coming in very soon in the market, and you'll be able to experience them. But I think stepping back and giving you a strategic perspective on AI, and I think it's important to share. See, we are completely committed, like I said, to give consumers meaningful AI experiences. In fact, our whole philosophy has been to give consumers meaningful smartphone experiences.
Right.
And when we bring in AI, I think our commitment to the consumers remains the same. We want to give them meaningful experiences through AI. So we don't want to necessarily give the experiences that are just gimmicky in nature. So which is why if you see the H50 Pro, it gives you camera experiences, features which are optimizing the camera quality, the image output, the video quality, etc. And even the generative theming is something that is allowing you to have, it goes in line with our philosophy of giving very stylish, good looking phones,
Right.
which appeals to a certain type of audience who might want to match their phones also with their attire, right? So it goes with the persona of the people that you have. So of course, that is all being powered by Moto AI, which is basically our own, on-device AI, which is powered by LLM models. But we are definitely open to expanding the universe of Moto AI by not just creating experiences of our own, but also leveraging partner ecosystems or partner products in the near future. So we are open to that. It's a matter of how we bring it together. But all in all, I think at least one thing should be clear that Moto AI as a product, as a philosophy, as a commitment is very clearly there from Motorola's house. And you will see more and more AI features under the umbrella of Moto AI across Motorola products very soon.
Okay, great. When we are talking about Motorola phones, we've got a lot of positive reception from our audience as well. But there has been something that some people bring up, which is the software updates and the timeliness. So, is anything being done to address this in the future, and what can we expect?
Right, right. No, I think great question. See, I think one of the hallmarks or one of the uh, key reasons for our success in the Indian market is that actually the Indian consumers are very vocal, and we get to hear a lot from them. So, and we keep listening. I think one of the big things is that we keep listening, we keep seeing what the consumer is saying. So in fact, the camera feedback also came to us a few years back from the Indian consumers only. Most global markets did not have feedback that Motorola cameras are not that great, but our Flipkart ratings, consumer comments, etc., were saying that not up to the mark. So 2.5 years back, we started this journey of ensuring that we enhance our camera experiences. And today we are seeing the results of that, and it's out there. So I think we definitely believe in a philosophy of listening to our consumers and listening to their pain points and coming back with solutions to that. So first of all, I think what you can see with the Edge 50 family, if you look at the Edge 40 series, we used to give 2 years of OS updates and 3 years of software updates. In the Edge 50 family, you are seeing already we have moved up to 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates. So we already increased the number of updates because looking at what the Indian consumer is wanting, we've increased that. And beyond that, frankly, I mean, it doesn't make sense because by that time, it'll be like if the product goes to Android 17, by that time people switch. But even then, I think we've moved from 2+3 to a 3+4 approach on our products, and you'll continue to see that happen. The second is with respect to the timing of the updates. So now you see, we've put in a lot of investments, time, and effort to ensure that we've added a team, and that too specifically for India. So while, of course, there is a global team which rolls out software updates globally, we've also added specific team in India to ensure that the speed of the updates, and we have a bi-monthly update policy, but the speed of updates, there is surety, there is, ensuring that they get to consumers the earliest possible, right? So not just the OS updates, but even the security updates, they reach the consumers the earliest that is possible. And you will, so the improvements are there to see already. Edge 40 series has already got their OS updates, and that's well in progress. But you will continue to see us improving in that area as well as like we've done in the camera. And hopefully by next year, we will possibly be the fastest in terms of giving the updates as well.
Amazing. Okay. One question that I have for you is what is your favorite tech product of 2024? Something that you absolutely cannot live without. And it can be anything, smartphone, any other tech product, anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. I don't know. Frankly, I live so much in the world of smartphones that it's hard to think anything beyond that.
That's
And I've not really, gone all out and tested anything. But basically, yes, I I would continue to say that I love Motorola products, and I am currently using the Edge 50 Pro. This is what I have.
Yes.
I frankly love this phone. I actually was using an Edge product prior to this as well.
Mhm.
I was using the Edge 30 Pro actually,
Okay.
which was launched 2 years back,
Yeah.
and that was also a great product which we launched in India. But I think the whole the reason why I love this product is because I think it shows our our investments in design, our investments in quality, our investment in camera. It's such a seamless device. And I'm a power user. I'm not just a design centric person. I'm actually a power user who's using the phone a lot number of times. So I see this phone standing up when it comes to power, performance, all of that, while also catering to exceptional design, performance, camera experiences, all of that. So I think all in all, I'm enjoying this device, and I would say as of now, if you ask me, yeah, my favorite device of the year would be Edge 50 Pro. But
Amazing.
maybe a few months down the line, it might change.
Oh, maybe another flip, maybe. Could be. Okay.
That's his advice.
All right. Thank you.